What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy Mike. I'm joined by my friend Pussy from high school. Say hello to everybody, Pussy.
Hey, what's going on?
Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? Let them get to know what you're about.
My name's Pussy, and I fucking hate commercials.
He doesn't like commercials. I don't like commercials. A lot of you know this about me already. Pussy and I, we don't actually have a lot in common, but this is one thing I feel like we bonded on early on in our relationship. Just the hatred for stupid commercials, just dumb commercials that kind of like we feel insult our intelligence, you know, that like pander to like the lowest common denominator. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Pander to the lowest common. Does that sound right to you? Kind of like insulting other people by saying like, oh, if you like a commercial, you're stupid. We're going to look at these commercials. We're going to be careful not to be like that. If you like the commercial, great, good for you. Good. That's glad. I'm glad there's something in the world that you enjoy. It's not a commentary. It's not, an insult to your intelligence or anything like that. Because some of these commercials you'll have seen them and been like, and we're gonna rip them apart. So just keep that in mind. It's okay for you to like something and for us not to like something. That's the thing that goes on every day. People have disagreements. People have different tastes. I, for one, I loathe commercials. I understand that they're necessary. I understand that that's a part of capitalism. I understand that, people need to be aware of products that they might want or be interested in or need for things. And commercials, advertising is how we find out about them. But, some of them just really, really fucking annoy the shit out of me. Especially, if I'm trying to listen to the radio or watch TV or watch a YouTube video or whatever, and I'm fucking seeing something. I'm already annoyed to begin with. Because I'm inconvenienced that I have to see this fucking thing. That is not why I clicked on this. This is not why I turned the fucking television on. Okay? I wanted to do something that has nothing to do with this thing that's being shoved in my fucking face. And then, as if that wasn't enough of an inconvenience to me, it's going to sit there and insult my intelligence. By fucking, assuming I'm some kind of like easily amused fucking troglodyte. I heard that word.
I don't know what that means.
Someone in chat used that word the other night.
Troglodyte?
Yeah, I think it's like a fossil, like a trilobite. So you're like a prehistoric creature.
Oh, a trilobite. Now I know.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Yeah, no. I gotta say that I've been thinking about this concept for a while. Doing something like this. I know you've been thinking about it as well.
It was your idea. You pitched it. You pitched it to me. And I
guess,
said, hey, that sounds like a fun time, actually, yeah.
Well, I think we should welcome everybody to the first episode of Ad-free radio. I think that's what we're going to be calling this thing.
I'm cool with that.
Partially because even though this isn't the radio, I don't know what else to call it. And it makes sense. Now, when we say ad-free radio, it doesn't mean that, we want free advertisements or something like that, or that we want to abolish commercials from the radio in general.
No.
We understand that, advertising is an entire industry, keeps people in business or whatever. And you want to know something? There are commercials that, hey, maybe we enjoy once in a while.
Sometimes. It's rare.
It's very rare. But you have to understand something, people out there. If you like commercials, that's cool. But we're going to be talking about commercials that usually bother us. And maybe we find something wrong with them, and we're hoping to maybe explore the narrative of some of these commercials that are on. I guess we're going to be focusing mostly on television, but
television and radio,
television, radio,
FM, AM, radio. This just occurred to me now, calling it ad-free radio. There's going to be advertisements like in the beginning of the fucking, the YouTube video. If we put it on iTunes or whatever, there's going to be advertisements. It's definitely not ad-free.
That's the entire point. We're not looking to be without ads. We're looking to be with ads, totally. But we're not getting money from these ads. We're not making...
I might, yeah.
Well, you might be, but I'm not. And
so it's like it's kind of a misnomer, Pussy.
Whatever.
I'm saying.
I don't care.
All right, then I don't care either. Fuck it. Fuck it. If you have a problem with ad-free radio, like with the name, then I don't know what to tell you.
Then
Just fucking deal with it.
You could write an email to your mother's a whore at gofuckyourself.com. I'm going to try not to curse too much because I curse a lot in general. And I want this to be a family-friendly experience.
Pussy, don't...
What, Jabroni?
Don't bother.
Don't bother. Don't bother.
Yeah, just speak the way you would normally speak, because this is going to be a challenge.
Well, you want to know something? I'll be honest with you. I curse a lot, as you know, and I want to cut that down in my everyday life to begin with.
All right. If you want to curse less, you could do that. But I'm saying it's going to be in vain, the attempt, because I'm not going to curse less.
That's fine.
So, I mean, I don't know what... Because I can't. Do you know what that would be for me to do that at this point in my life?
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between out there, there's something I want to say really quickly. I've seen on Jabroni Mike's stream some people occasionally say that his rage is manufactured or fake, and I could tell you 100% every time he screams or you hear that rage, it's not a put on. I want to share a little story with people if we have the time to do that really quickly.
We have the time to do whatever we want.
Jabroni Mike and I went out to a bar one day, and just to illustrate how legitimate his rage and his...
This is a PG story because I don't know where he's going with this, folks. I don't know what story this is about to be.
This is, I guess it's a PG story. It's at most a PG-13 story, but just to illustrate how Jabroni Mike's rage is actually real, I want to share this story. We went to a bar one night, and we got to the bar. I ordered my drink, no problem. Now, it was Jabroni Mike's turn to go to the bar and to get a drink. So he's standing at the bar. He takes his wallet out, and it falls out of his hands.
Okay, yeah.
He drops his wallet. It hits the floor. When it hit the floor, he stopped and screamed, "Fuck!" in a crowded bar.
I remember that.
Nothing had fallen out of the wallet.
Yeah, I don't know why I've reacted that way.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
I must have been in a bad mood to begin with. I have no reason. I do remember that.
Well, you were hanging out with me, so
I was already in a fucking awful mood because I had to look at
really
pussy.
Miserable.
All right, folks. So first up, we've got a commercial here. It's from Geico. Now, Geico has been known for its creative and fun advertising for... I mean, do you ever remember them not being,
Well,
waka waka?
The thing about Geico commercials, this is something that we might have to explore in later episodes, but they even, a few years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, maybe something like a decade ago, I don't really know off the top of my head, they were doing this advertising campaign with cavemen.
I remember the cavemen.
And...
troglodytes.
Whatever. And eventually a show actually spun off from that.
And it failed miserably.
I think it did fail very miserably.
Bombed.
Oh my god, we gotta unearth that when
Bombed
we can.
harder than Joey, this Friends spinoff.
But Geico has been doing these commercials for a very, very long time. I mean, they have a lot of material. And what we want to look at today for this episode, what's the name of it again? A referee's explanation?
A referee's explanation.
A referee's
is the name of the commercial.
Explanation. Geico commercial. It's relatively recent. It's been airing on the television for the past 6 months. Do we want to give like a
something like that?
date,
Nah, who
date
cares?
stamp
All I know
for
is I was infuriated the first time. The very first time I saw it, I was fucking infuriated. Like, and then with each subsequent viewing, I grew more and more angry.
Well, why don't we let's take
a look?
Let's take a look at this commercial.
This is from Geico. It's called A Referee's Explanation.
I'll have the langoustine lobster ravioli.
For you, sir?
The original call was for langoustine ravioli. Langoustine is a tiny kind of lobster. Slight shellfish allergy rules that out. Plus, my wife ordered the langoustine. I will have chicken tenders and tater tots.
If you're a ref, you way over-explain things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Sir, we don't have tater tots.
It's what you do.
I will have nachos.
All right, so that was A Referee's Explanation from Geico.
I gotta say that this might have been, when I first saw this commercial, this might have been the impetus for this entire show. I saw this commercial and I said to myself, there's so many things that are wrong with this commercial. Yeah. It's insulting to your intelligence. I mean, it's also supposed to be comedic, and I guess maybe it is in certain ways if you find this funny, but this commercial is just, I don't like it at all, to be honest with you. I don't think
feeling it.
I don't think it's funny. I don't like it.
I'm personally enraged by it. Would you use that word for yourself?
I would not say enraged. I'd say insulted.
Insulted.
And disgusted.
Well,
and I'll explain why.
Yeah.
First off, I feel bad for the referee's wife.
Yeah.
This, like pretty little like blonde girl. I mean, you could see that she's clearly embarrassed. I mean, why would she continue to be? I guess she's married to this guy. He said it's her wife, right?
That's her husband.
That's her husband. Why would you be married to someone, or at the very least, why would you go out in public with this person if you know that they're always going to be dressed up like a referee?
We gotta assume that happened before, is what you're saying. Like, this is a thing that goes on. Like, this is a part of their fucking relationship. They go out together and he embarrasses the shit out of her.
Why would she do it over and over and over again?
There's actually, if you dig in a little bit, it stops being funny, like, real quick.
No, it's
like,
not
that's
funny
a fucking,
at all.
that's a fucking fucked up marriage.
Yeah.
Like, she's like his hostage.
She probably can't leave the relationship. And, you
could see it in her face. She can't fucking stand him. Like, he stands up, he's like, the langoustine. It's a little kind of lobster. Because you get it, that's a referee's job to fucking over-explain things. It's this, right? This is what one of the concepts of comedy, the primary, one of the things, right, that you could base a comedic concept off of is taking a situation that, where a certain thing doesn't belong, and then taking that thing and putting it into that situation, and it creates like a whoa, that shouldn't be there, haha. There shouldn't be a fucking referee screaming in a fancy restaurant. But now there is a referee screaming in a fancy restaurant. Is that funny to you?
And we have to.
It's supposed to be funny to you. Is there anything funny about that?
I guess it could be funny to some people, and maybe it is a little funny here and there. But my question is, what does that have to do with car insurance?
Right, the $1 million question.
What does this have to do with car insurance?
15% question.
Whatever, 15%. You over-explain things. They're trying to make some convoluted connection between car insurance and a referee
it's this. And this has been since the fucking cavemen, the gecko, I think, forever. No, the gecko is just because the word sounds the same, which is another loose fucking pretense, but we'll save the gecko for another episode. So the connective tissue there is that it's what you do, right? So if you're a referee, you over-explain things. It's what you do. Even though that's really is that what a referee does?
Do you ever watch any NFL games? Is that what referees do?
No, I have no fucking idea. I'm not a sport man. But it's what you do. Therefore, it's like, oh, well, this is what they do, and this is what we do. We save money on car insurance. That's the connection. That's it.
I'll tell you what. I don't watch a lot of NFL, but I've watched, quite a few games. I just watched the two championship games, I think last Sunday.
Yeah.
The two divisions, the New England one and the Philadelphia Eagles one. So I watched, these two games. And I didn't see any referee like taking time out to be like, I'm going to be obnoxious and stupid and this is what I do. Like referees, NFL referees, aren't you enraged by this commercial too?
I'd be offended.
You should be offended, as what you should do, NFL referees. If you have Geico in car insurance or any type of insurance with Geico, you should get rid of it.
You should cancel it. I canceled my car insurance when I saw that commercial. That was the last fucking straw. I'm done with them.
Yeah,
I'm done with their little fucking lizard with the fucking Australian. He's British. What the fuck is he?
I don't know, but fortunately we were spared him in this particular episode. What confuses me about this episode is, how did this guy, this referee, who I'm assuming he brought his own microphone, how did he get his microphone set up to the PA system in this restaurant? I mean, it's so like, I understand, okay, yeah, whatever, comedy is supposed to be illogical, whatever, I don't give a shit. I'm insulted by this because let's really try to work this out, okay? First off, you have this like battered woman. She's got to be fucking battered emotionally and maybe even physically. Although
she's having a hard time.
Look,
because she tried to stop him from getting up, and he was like, get the fuck off.
He was like, you're gonna pay. He's like, you're gonna pay for that later.
Yeah.
You're paying for that.
I don't
later.
like their relationship at all.
No, I don't. I feel very bad for her. Yeah. I want to help this woman. She should get out of this relationship as soon as possible.
And you see her friend is like, her friend looks at this. And her face is just like, why is she still with this man?
I think the couple that they went with, maybe they're trying to sit them down and say, listen, we know there's an issue here. We know there's a problem, and we're going to try to get you help.
Maybe that's what that is.
It was a
maybe
confrontation.
That's why they're there.
It's got to be it.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, these four, they're on a double date. They walk into this restaurant, and, okay, first off, everybody is dressed nicely in there, even the waiters. Now you have this scumbag fucking referee coming off the street with his white hat and his striped shirt. why wouldn't you as a restaurant even let him into the place to begin with? Nonetheless, give him like the fucking Wi-Fi code to hook up to the the PA system or whatever. Or is he just like a master hacker? You know, like
he might have snuck in at night, did it beforehand, like a little like Ocean's 11 type thing where he fucking stuck, because it was that important for him to do this. What's the motivation, though? To prove that he's fucking good at his job? Or is the motivation really to just, embarrass his wife? Like, maybe he gets off on fucking making her, like, be embarrassed and feel like shit.
It has to be that.
Maybe he's a workaholic. Maybe he just can't, like, put the fucking role aside.
No, if he's a workaholic, then he would just stay at the stadium all day. This guy's just a scumbag.
He's just an asshole.
So what does that say about...
I don't even think it's like, he's got mental problems or something. He's just a fucking asshole.
He's just a fucking asshole. Now, let me ask you a question. What does it say about people who have Geico car insurance? Are they assholes too? Is this what we're is this the point that's trying to be made here? That, hey, look at this guy. He's a fucking asshole. You don't like him.
None of that has anything to do with Geico, except the tenuous little fiber that's what referees do. So, Geico. That's what referees do, right? But what does Geico do? What does Geico do? It saves you money on car insurance. That's it. That's your connection. That's your connective fucking tissue. That's the whole fucking justification for all of it. That's the justification for the fucking lizard. It's actually not, as we said before, but the justification for all their other stupid fucking commercials where it's what you do. It's like one of their like 3 campaigns that they have, right? You got your lizard, you got your fucking, I still like the caveman, you see him once in a while, right? And then they got the fucking, it's what you do. It's what they do. It's what XYZ does, It's what... Because there's other ones like that.
There's plenty ones that are like
that. It doesn't make it okay. It's still fucking... I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying that's where they're coming from. Their creative team. There's a fucking whole team of people that come up with these things. And they're sitting there and they're like working really hard. And they're like having late nights and they're drinking coffee and they're like, oh man, we got to come up with some fucking commercials.
Like us, like what we're doing right now.
You
working late nights and drinking coffee while we have this podcast, ripping all their hard work apart.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad actually.
Yeah, maybe.
Should I feel bad?
Well, you know what?
We're not fucking. I'm a creative person.
We're not keeping
shit on my shit.
We're not keeping our wives captive and taking her out to restaurants to embarrass the shit out of her, and then taking her home and possibly fucking beating her or whatever this monster is doing to this woman.
This is a big extrapolation that we're going off on here.
Listen.
To be fair.
Listen, maybe I don't know what that word means, so I'm just going to ignore that you said it, and I'm going to continue saying what.
I don't know what it means either. So go ahead, because I don't know.
Yes, this is very extrapolative, indeed.
It's extrapolative in nature.
Now, why would this guy order tater tots? I mean, like, obviously, he was looking at the menu. He knew that Langostine ravioli was on it, so he was going to order that. So now he says that he wasn't going to order it because his wife got it, so now he's going to get tater tots. It's like, well, what? Like, obviously, he was reading the fucking menu.
So wait a minute. She ordered the Langostine ravioli for him, right?
For herself. She wanted the Langostine ravioli, and apparently because he wanted it as well, he decided he couldn't get the same dish because his wife got it. So
no, he's allergic to shellfish, is what he said.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
In the commercial.
Well, if he's allergic to shellfish, then it would be irresponsible.
I know why you're confused. It's because the fucking thing is so difficult to fucking keep your attention on because it makes you fucking angry. I know.
It could be. Or maybe I could just be stupid because I've been fucking indoctrinated with these commercials for the past 15 fucking years that they get beamed directly into my fucking head every time I try to watch television.
If she's ordering the fucking lobster ravioli, it's a lobster. It's a crayfish. As he explains in the commercial, yeah, haha.
Yeah.
Okay? What does that have to do with him? Why didn't he just sit down and shut the fuck up? Because she ordered the Langostine, he's getting upset because he has a fucking a lot. This is what I'm saying. It goes back to him being an asshole.
Yeah.
Because he's allergic to it. Like, he didn't want her to have it. Is that what that was?
I thought we might have to go back and rewatch this.
Do you want to watch this thing again? You really want to subject yourself to that?
We're going to have to watch this real quick because we'll be right back. We're going to watch this episode one more time, this commercial.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, so this referee originally was going to order the Langostine, despite the fact that he has a slight shellfish allergy, he said. But then he said the other reason why he decided not to order it was because his wife got it. So, first off, if you're going out with someone, you go to a restaurant, and they order what you wanted to order, what's the big deal?
That's what that was?
That's what that was. So, obviously, he read the menu, and he knew what's on the menu. So after he just like shamed his wife for like stealing his meal or whatever, he decided to fucking just make up a dish, chicken tenders and tater tots. That obviously he knows this place doesn't fucking sell because he obviously read the menu.
Well, they're calling him an idiot. They're saying he's an idiot.
He's got to be doing. He's just
saying he's an idiot.
He's
yeah.
vindictive. He's vindictive. This
It's that.
This is all deliberate. This is all deliberate.
He knows
on his
damn
part.
well that they don't have fucking chicken tenders and tater tots or nachos.
Yeah.
He's just being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
He's being a fucking asshole. He's trying to. Okay, so now you're bringing the waiter into it. That's a dude who's probably working a fucking at least 8-hour shift. All right, at this fucking restaurant. I've been a waiter. It's a fucking awful job. It sucks. People are fucking assholes. People suck. All right, you're on your feet for like 8 hours. You're in pain. All right, and you're dealing with all these assholes. And then this fucking guy comes in. Okay, he's screaming. He's hooked up to the PA system. You're sitting there with your little notepad. You're trying to fucking make a living. He knows damn well that you don't have fucking tater tots. He knows damn well you don't have fucking nachos, but he's standing there screaming it.
And he's fucking. Why is he busting the waiters balls now? Why do
the
that?
waiter has to stand there and be like, all right, I guess, I can't make a scene, so I have to explain to this guy that, no, we don't have chicken fingers, tater tots. It's a fancy restaurant. No, we don't have nachos. Even though that waiter knows that guy knows that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's, in the service industry. I mean, you gotta be like, customer's always right. I'm not be like, come on, asshole. You know we don't have those things on the menu. Come on. Can't do that. You gotta entertain this jerk off.
Actually, didn't you do something, not quite similar, but weren't you fired by Wendy's for telling, you were working the cash register at Wendy's, and if I recall correctly, you got fired from Wendy's because some guy was giving you an order, and there was some type of disagreement between the two of you, right? And didn't you say something to him? Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I know acutely why you can't do this. Because I'm at the register and I'm taking his order, and he's saying his order to me, but he's also having a cell phone conversation with somebody. He's on Bluetooth, right? So he's standing across from me. He's like, yeah, Jeb, we're going to need those proposal papers on the desk. I'm going to have a number one. And while you're at it, make sure you stop by the office. You make some copies, make a couple of copies, Kinko's before you head on over to the office. I want a Coke with that. Also, don't tell Bob about it yet. We're going to ease Bob into it slowly. All right, get him into the office. I also wanted a biggie size the fries. And then once Bob's in the office, we'll talk to him about it. Everybody will we'll get this deal done, and it'll be great. It'll be great. So he's simultaneously having a cell phone conversation and ordering a more complicated order than I just made it out to be. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Uh-huh.
And I looked at him and I say, excuse me, I'm sorry. Could you repeat your order? And he looks at me and he's like, what are you, thick? I said I want a number one with a Coke. I want you to biggie size, and repeated his order like with like a very heavy attitude.
He called you thick?
I can't remember exactly what it was. It was like thick or like dumb. He didn't call me stupid.
Uh-huh.
But it was something he said to me that was like, he was calling me stupid.
And I'm sure
I can't remember the exact word that he used, but he called me stupid. He's fucking basically looked at me and said like, you're stupid. And his face was like, of course you work here. Yeah, that was his face.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, obviously, yeah, that makes sense that you work here at a fast food restaurant because you can't even take a simple order. You can't even take a simple fast food order. You fuck even that up. So, and I believe I told the story while I was live before, but I looked at him and I said, sir, go fuck yourself.
You called him sir first?
I'm pretty sure I called him sir.
Well,
first. That might be an embellishment from memory. The memory might have added the sir. But I did look at him. I looked in his eyes, and I said, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So you're at the cash register working at Wendy's, and this guy gives you a convoluted order while he's talking on the phone, totally distracting you, or totally making it overly complicated.
He made it nearly impossible to understand. Like
You couldn't follow him.
He was talking very quickly, and he was giving me his order in between talking to somebody on a fucking cell phone.
And then you very politely asked him to repeat
his
the order,
yeah.
And he started to insult you, which I'm sure a lot of people who work at fast food restaurants
you gotta
probably have gotten
you gotta
insulted
understand
this
something
way.
about this, pussy.
So you tell him, go fuck yourself. That's what you say to him.
Pussy.
Okay.
This was about probably 9th or 10th indignity I had suffered that day alone, that shift alone. And if it wasn't from, one of the customers, it was from a coworker or one of the people I worked under. Like those, or just the environment.
Yeah.
That job fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Those jobs fucking suck. And anybody who doubts that should check it out. Like, go work there for a little bit to see, you'll get it. You'll get it. I promise. You'll get it in a week. You'll get it. You'll be like, oh, God. Oh, man. Anybody who has to do this, Jesus Christ.
I mean, you could say that...
My heart goes out.
It really does. It really does go out to the fast food workers. I mean, I really do believe that the job is difficult enough to the point where you should be paid at least $12, $13 an hour, depending on the cost of living where you are.
Where you live, sure.
$15 an hour. I mean, $15 an hour isn't that much. It really isn't. These people, I've done it too.
It's nothing in New York, yeah.
I worked in the food service industry for 5 years as well. I was always back of the house.
Kitchens, yeah.
I worked in the kitchens. I mean, when I did work at Wendy's as well, and let me tell you, I mean, like the work might not be like the most, challenging work, but it's long hours on your feet, dealing with, rude people who don't like you, having to take orders, having to make sure that food is, properly handled.
Yeah.
There's a lot going into it.
The corporate, protocol, like the food handling, like all that shit. Like how specific it was, where it was like the chicken needed to be like thrown out if it was there for like 9 hours, which I think is a great policy, obviously. But it was the staying on top of that was extremely tedious and sometimes confusing and difficult. And maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know.
Well, no. I just don't think you cared. And why should you care if you're getting paid? Oh, what were you getting paid back then?
It's hard to care.
$5.50? We were getting paid $5.50 an hour.
I think the point is, it's a very demanding job.
It is a demanding job.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
and for this referee to just, first off, we know that he's treating his wife like shit, but for him to, make this waiter's life a little bit harder, it's just like, come on, man.
Yeah, this guy's a jerk off.
Now, I'm sure everybody at home is starting to realize why we wanted to do a show like this to begin with. I mean, do you see what...
I really doubt that, but finish your sentence.
But do you see what's coming out of this? This is a 30-second commercial. A 30-second commercial, and there's so many implications to come of this. And again, at the end of the day, what we have to realize is that this was made to sell car insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, no. There's a lot more behind this than just hey, here's our stupid commercial, we're funny, we think we're funny, buy car insurance. No, there's some evil shit happening in these fucking commercials that we need to get down to the bottom to. And you want to know something?
There's a darkness here.
There is a darkness here.
Yeah.
And when you're watching TV and you're watching your show and then the commercials come on and they're louder and they're more obnoxious than what you were watching because, they want to grab your attention right away with bright colors and loud sounds. This isn't affecting our psyches watching these commercials.
This is psychological warfare is what this is.
Yes, it is. And we're fighting back.
There's a war going on for your minds and your wallets, right? Pussy, are we blowing this out of proportion a little bit?
I don't know. I think we're crusaders. But I do think that we can speak a little bit more about this. But I think maybe we should move on to the next commercial. What do you think, Jabroni?
Before, just call me Mike. Before we do that, I think we should take a look at some of the YouTube comments for the video.
Oh yeah, sure.
And just see what other people are thinking and feeling about the referee's explanation.
And if you want to check out, okay, we are not making these comments up.
We took a look up beforehand.
A couple of weeks ago, we as the Jabroni Mike is going to be pulling them up right now.
Can you just call me Mike?
Mike is going to be bringing them up now. A few weeks ago, we wanted to see if this specific commercial was on YouTube, which it is. You can go to YouTube and, as of today, it's up there. You can search for it. What's it called? A referee's explanation?
Yes.
Geico.
Yeah.
You can go there and you can take a look at some of these comments. He just loaded up the comments. There's about 175 of them right now.
The video has 189,000 views. So let's say that.
Incredible.
So people are watching this thing.
Yeah, we're gonna make you a lot more money off this video right now.
That had occurred to us, by the way, that we're gonna shit on these commercials, but I'm actually gonna put the commercial in the video later when I'm editing.
This is a free advertisement for you, but you want something? We're gonna speak truth. We're gonna review your commercial and we're gonna tell you how we feel about it.
We're just it's almost it's like we're like commercial critics.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a critic.
The thing is though, we're in the minority here big time.
Oh, you think
Because
a lot of people?
a lot
like
of
these?
people like this commercial a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's take a look at this fellow, Glowworm 2. My dad and I lost it at this one. I will have nachos.
You forgot. I will have ... nachos.
He did use the ellipses. I could not stop laughing.
I mean, you
have
to
replies.
You have to think that some of these comments got to be fake.
I mean, you think Geico has people coming and commenting on the YouTube video? Like, you think they pay people? They got them on the payroll. They're like, listen, go in there and talk about how funny you thought the commercial was.
I do think so.
You think that goes on?
I absolutely, 100%. They have to. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do think that there are a lot of people in this world who might enjoy the commercial. And maybe some of them do come to the YouTube page and make these comments, but I mean, some of these comments seem so manufactured.
Well, look at this. I mean, when looking at the replies to Glowworm's comment, we got all people AK gifts. I know, right? He sounded just like Mitch Hedberg. We got I fucking hate.
No.
Plural of the N-word.
Oh my god!
And it said he's saying best part. Man, when I fucking hate N-words gets behind something that,
Holy shit.
The thing's a sensation. Paper love. I know, right?
Oh,
same.
From Emmy Soccer. Emmy Soccer says same. So apparently that part is a big hit with at least these 5 people.
Jesus Christ. Lil Uzi Vert. The way Tater Tots echoes is hilarious.
Yeah.
Lol.
That was my favorite.
That was
part.
a good. That was a.
Yeah,
I could see why.
Yeah,
give him credit where credit's due.
I mean, that's right up there with Caddyshack for me personally.
Ashes. This person is saying Tater Tot waiter is my brother-in-law. I wonder if that's true.
Well, maybe Ashes 19 Iffy could confirm that.
If you're listening, Ashes, are you related to the waiter, and how much does he regret that career?
We would
for
like
being in a Geico commercial.
We would like to know what his thoughts are on this commercial now that it's all said and done.
So here's another one. Who comes up with these classic hits? Here's another one from Jay over here. Tell me why I'm laughing so hard in all caps. He's having a chuckle fit over there, huh?
I guess he is. I guess this is just this is what some people actually find funny in life.
And here you have we found some critics. Here's somebody named Michael, appropriate. So he said, "Tell me why I'm laughing so hard," and the person responded, "Because you have an infantile sense of humor." Jawtech, first rule of comedy: if you have to explain it, it isn't funny. Michael responds, "No," and I think this actually goes back to what I was saying earlier. No, the real first rule of comedy, if you're going to make a joke or a cultural reference, it has to be actually appropriate, correct, and humored. Refs don't over-explain. That means the cultural reference is non-existent, and the joke is only quote-unquote funny because lowbrow, short-minded folks will laugh at anything they perceive is supposed to be funny. Not actually because it's funny, but because they're infantile. I think he's going a little bit far. A part of me recognizes the potential for people to find that funny without them being, fucking infantile. And this is coming from somebody with generally, yes, an infantile sense of humor. I laugh at poop jokes and dick jokes and semen jokes. That's my brand. Okay, so you want to talk about infantile? I mean, I get it. I'm just saying, I'm with him in the sense that that's not something that referees do. That's not a thing that they do. It's again, that's the fucking concept of taking a situation, taking a thing, and it's a fish out of water. That's what it's called. Taking a fucking situation or a thing and putting it in a fucking environment or a situation where it doesn't make sense or it shouldn't belong. That's the humor style that they were going for. It's just that's not what refs do.
It isn't what refs do, and as we've already gotten into, there's more to be concerned with this commercial than there is to find anything funny. Yeah,
the dark side of it.
There's a real darkness.
There's a fucking you're saying you're going so far as to say domestic abuse. I would say that at least it's a very very beleaguered marriage at this point.
That's a good word, beleaguered.
Thank you.
Sure.
Did you see? You felt like that moment where like my face scrunched up and like I had to dive like into the depths of my brain to fucking just yank that one out of there.
4 years of college.
Yeah.
That's what it. That's
And
what it's good for.
$80,000 later, beleaguered. This is a marriage that's in bad shape because of this shit.
Let me ask you a question. Were you the one who made that comment on the video? Is that actually you?
Pussy, you know me better than that, okay? I don't comment on YouTube videos.
Okay.
Ever.
Maybe we should move on to the next commercial at this point. I think we've talked as more than we should have about this one commercial, even though I think we could go on even further about it. What do you think?
No.
Or do you see
Poor wife. She was so mortified by the referee husband when he got up for the second time. I was like, wow, marriage is hard.
I guess marriage is hard, but lady,
It would be funny if he threw his napkin in the air like they would a penalty flag.
oh,
Yeah, they should have did that. I'm all Fordables is now hungry for chicken tenders. This is why I said no to you to moving on, because I remember this comment.
this is Amy P. What is
Funny as heck. About time a funny insurance commercial comes along. Boy, I've been waiting for this for years.
Come
Oh
on.
my god, this is hilarious.
Amy P. You are not real. You are not a real person.
I feel like that's not a real person.
You're not a real person, Amy P. There's a photo.
That's a Geico like employee.
That's fucking Russia.
That's Russian. It's a Russian bot.
That's
Russian
fucking
Russian troll.
That's Russia right there. That's who that is.
He's
That
fucking
is
sitting in a troll farm in like Vladivostok or whatever.
Yeah,
saying,
Vladivostok. Yeah,
saying like, oh, you know what, man? Like let's fuck up America by fucking making them think that Americans are easily amused, when in reality, like, we're all sitting here just as fucking annoyed by it as anybody else, right? They're doing this here because they want us to not, like, again, like, not trust each other and all that shit, and resent each other. This is a great way to do it.
I think funny as heck. About a time a funny insurance commercial comes along.
Right.
That was my Russian impersonation.
It's better than
was
mine.
that good?
It's better than mine. It's a lot better than mine.
Yeah. We like Russian people, by the way.
Here's another Geico employee. Just a reminder, as you scroll through the comments, that you could save 15% or more on car insurance when you switch to Geico.
Oh my God! Come on. I mean, that's got to be as clear cut as it is that these comments are filled with fake profiles.
I've been waiting for so long for a funny insurance commercial.
Here's raw full of mayo. You gotta have a raw. His comment was just raw full of mayo. In all caps.
These are real comments. If you think we're making this up, like I said, go to the YouTube video, referee's explanation, and take a look for yourself.
You could see them.
Is that it on the...
Does anyone think this commercial makes no sense? I've never thought refs over-explain things.
So, I mean, we are right. I mean, we're not big football fans, but they don't over-explain things. So who's saying they over-explain things? Are these actual, like...
Geico is saying they over-explain things.
Well, where do they get the idea to say that they over-explain things? I mean, is this a big criticism among NFL fans that they don't like their referees, that they think referees are interfering in the game or being detrimental somehow? I mean, I've never heard anything like that, and I don't think that they over-explain things. And according to these comments, it seems like that a lot of other people don't think that they over-explain things too.
See, maybe we don't give people enough credit here,
What do you mean?
I mean, people are fucking, smarter than we think. I mean, the negative comments, the critical comments are in the minority, though. They are. But they are there. Mm-hmm. They are there.
Those are the only real comments.
I want to see, most of the comments seem to be like, oh boy, this is a knee slapper. And there, a lot of people in that comment section with very like raw knees right now.
Yeah.
Which is very raw, beaten fucking knees.
Slapping their knees. A lot of people in Staliostok, the Chechen Caucasus area. Yeah. Definitely.
I saw it in Siberia in my mind. Like, I saw it in like
Siberia?
a desolate fucking like tundra wasteland. Yeah.
Where it just has that sound of wind blowing and nothing else.
Yeah. Like fucking like where, John Carpenter's The Thing takes place. I know that's Norway, but like that's the vibe.
Wait, I thought that was Antarctica.
It absolutely is Antarctica, yeah. I got confused because they're from Norway. Fuck it, let's watch the next commercial.
Yeah, let's go to the next commercial.
All right, the next commercial we're going to be watching, Pussy, would you like to introduce the commercial? The next contender to feel the brutality?
Sure. This commercial, I watched this on the television, and it seems like there's actually multiple versions of the same commercial. We found one on YouTube that we're specifically going to be looking at. It's a product by Dannon, which is a yogurt company, I guess. And
Yogurt.
the name of the commercial on YouTube, if you want to look it up for yourself, is Light and Fit Greek non-fat yogurt with 0 artificial sweeteners. Girl talk commercial. So, Mike, let's run this commercial. Let's take a quick look at it.
Here's Girl Talk from Dannon, Light and Fit.
Psst, grocery cart, 12 o'clock.
Ooh, and she looks like the no artificial sweetness type. She'll love us.
Right? We are the new Light and Fit Greek yogurt with 0 artificial sweeteners.
0! Ooh, eye contact.
Be cool.
Yeah, girl, 13 grams of protein, 90 calories. Yes! Woo!
Clean up in the dairy aisle?
We're the new Light and Fit Greek non-fat yogurt with 0 artificial sweeteners. Come and get us.
All right, we're back with Girl Talk. First impressions?
First impressions, well, obviously, one of the actresses who is the anthropomorphic, what's that word?
I'm gonna say sentient. This is sentient yogurt now.
So we got sentient yogurt.
Well, hang out. Yogurt is sentient, by the way.
Oh, because of the live and active
cultures?
cultures?
Yeah, the fucking acidophilus.
Let me ask you something. When was the last time acidophilus called you up and asked you to go fucking get some pizza or something?
All right, that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
But to give them that fucking much credit, there is conscious, living beings in the yogurt.
Yeah, you know what else is alive? My shit.
There may be bacteria in your shit, sure.
My shit is also alive, and just like this commercial is shit.
Okay. It all comes full circle.
First, we have to say off the bat that I recognize one of the voice actors in this commercial is Wanda Sykes. I like Wanda Sykes. She's funny. She's got a funny voice, so I can see why they would go with Wanda Sykes for a comedic voiceover.
That's definitely her. Is she credited in there? Look at the thing.
I don't know if she's credited in there, but I definitely know 100% that's Wanda Sykes just by the way she sounds. But there's something...
Dannon has a history, actually, of getting celebrities for commercials. Remember they used to have fucking, what's her name? True Lies lady?
True Lies? What, Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah, she used to do the fucking Dannon commercials, remember?
I have not once in my life...
I'm fucked up. It was the other yogurt company she used to do the commercials
What,
for.
Chobani? What?
No, fucking hang out.
Let me tell you something.
What the fuck's her name? What did I just say?
Jamie
Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. She was doing yogurt commercials
come on.
too?
Yeah, dude, forever.
All right, as Mike tries to look this up,
Jamie Lee.
I'll just say that, okay, this commercial, there's sentient yogurt that's talking to each other. There's at least 2 yogurt containers.
Activia. She did Activia.
Oh,
sorry.
Activia.
Jamie Lee Curtis did Activia. But I mean, there's at least 2 examples now of yogurt companies getting celebrities for advertisements.
Well, it makes sense.
Everybody, I mean, that's not like no one's ever done that before. But how did yogurt get involved in the
yogurt's got a good lobby. They got a good lobby in Hollywood.
They got
I guess.
the acidophilus.
Acidophilus is out there fucking like breaking down doors and fucking shoving contracts in people's faces, making them offers they can't refuse. Acidophilus is a real fucking scumbag.
Son of a bitch.
I'll tell you that.
He's been in the biz for a while.
He's a real scumbag. But let's get back to this specific Dannon commercial, because this was a commercial that I saw, and it confused me, because here we have 2 sentient, I guess we'll call them, yogurt containers.
Cups of yogurt.
One
is it the plastic that's alive, or is it the yogurt that's inside the plastic?
It's the yogurt because as they have this dialogue between them, somehow yogurt has a fucking dialogue between them, even whatever. There's 2 small containers of yogurt. They're talking to each other somehow with the telepathy. Fucking yogurt acidophilus telepathy. Whatever. You start to see how stupid this is immediately off the bat. Now, here's the thing. This is sentient yogurt that's like, oh, look how fucking great we are. We're fucking Dannon. I fucking love Dannon. We got no artificial fucking sweeteners in this motherfucker. Okay, so obviously the yogurt is very, very fucking proud of itself that it has no artificial sweetener. So obviously it's so fucking enlightened to know that in this day and age, there's so much artificial sugar and garbage pumped into all other foods.
It's got a lot of awareness of its environment.
Of society.
Yeah.
Of society.
For a fucking cup of yogurt, doesn't it?
So, okay, why would this fucking thing want to be destroyed then?
That is the question right there. I mean, that was my first thought. Now, if you're a food product...
They're talking to each other.
Yeah.
These two, the fucking peach yogurt and the strawberry yogurt, one of which is Wanda Sykes apparently, is talking to each other.
Yeah.
Like looking at a customer walking down the aisle and saying, "This is one of the enlightened people that we exist for."
Right.
To be consumed.
They've made
by.
that decision. They're informed enough. They're educated enough to recognize that. They know this.
They know the state of food in general, which is that there's a lot of bullshit garbage food out there. And by the way, I'd be willing to bet that this is probably bullshit garbage fucking yogurt. But anyway, I've never tried it. Who gives a fuck?
It's not the point.
So they're
might be right.
They're
actually.
aware. They're aware of the fucking shitty food in society. Okay, they're aware of how apparently positive health impacts
people care.
They have.
Yeah.
On people's bodies, this specific Dannon Light and Fit, no artificial
They know that they're
sweeteners.
good for people.
They acknowledge, they see customers, and they're able to distinguish who's enlightened and who's smart and who's fucking stupid and wouldn't possibly eat them. Yeah. And not only that, but they want to be consumed.
They must just crave death, the sweet embrace of death by being eaten
with no artificial
alive.
Sweeteners, the no
Killing
artificially sweeted embrace of death.
They want to be eaten, and that's my next question to you: is if you're a food product, is that like a thing that you want? Like you think if you look at nature as an example, obviously nothing wants to be eaten unless it's some kind of parasite that lives inside the body.
Sure.
But other than that, things generally avoid being eaten because that means death. However, if you're a fucking product like yogurt, maybe there's like a pride with it, like you want to be eaten. Like a kind of a like somebody eats me and enjoys me, like I've fulfilled my purpose. Like maybe it's that kind of a thing. Like you're fucking what would it be called? Your mission or whatever. There's a word that your prime directive, your fucking reason for existing is to be eaten. So I guess that culminates ideally with you being eaten.
But see, this is where. Again, we understand that these commercials are trying to be funny, whatever. I don't particularly find them funny. I find them more insulting because here I am understanding that this is not your average yogurt. And if this is some type of sentient yogurt, it's not the type of yogurt that's kind of like slow or stupid or, does what it's told. This is yogurt that fucking thinks outside the box, people. Okay?
Outside the carton.
Outside the carton, if you will. Yeah. They think outside the carton. They're socially aware, the fucking yogurt in this commercial. So I don't fucking buy that they would want to be destroyed. I mean, come on. Who the fuck wants to be ingested?
If they're at that level of intelligence, then they've got to have some kind of self-survival instinct, is what you're saying.
You know what I'm thinking?
Self-preservation instinct.
You know what just popped into my head?
But they don't have preservatives. That was the point of the commercial. So maybe they don't have a self-preservation instinct.
You know what just popped into my head as a possibility?
Yeah.
Okay? They're so sentient, this yogurt, that they know they're in a commercial, right? And
it's fucking meta.
They know they're in a commercial.
Yeah.
And they want to stop food from being consumed. So all this Dannon Light and Fit yogurt
is actually meant to stop us from buying it because it makes us angry?
No. Could actually have some type of poison that kills off the human race.
Oh fuck. Oh, this is a plot now. This is a conspiracy, a yogurt conspiracy here.
I'm seeing a fucking conspiracy. I see conspiracies in a lot of commercials.
Yeah.
And the next one that we'll hopefully get to in this episode, I mean, there's a pretty big fucking conspiracy in the next one. But to stay on the Dannon Light and Fit, no artificial sweeteners. If they're so smart, not only do they not want to be consumed, but they're gonna fucking figure out a way to not be consumed. And the best way to do that, possibly, is to make you think that they want you to eat them and make you eat them. And in the meantime, who knows? Maybe there's fucking arsenic in it. Maybe that's the fucking thing that's going to be moving your fucking bowels out of your body.
It's
as it fucking burns through your gut and they fall out. Yeah.
I'm going to coin the word. Actually, I'm sure it's not the first time that this collection of syllables has been uttered. But because your name is Pussy, I'm going to call this a cuntspiracy.
Yeah.
This is a conspiracy, a fucking patented conspiracy from the mind of pussy.
So any conspiracy that comes out of a pussy's brain is a conspiracy?
Now a conspiracy.
Okay, all right.
I have an idea.
I'll let you roll with that. What's your idea, Mike?
Maybe they don't mind being eaten because, I mean, sentient yogurt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we know this. We know it's sentient, but we also know that it doesn't have a brain. It doesn't have any organs or anything. I mean, so what? It doesn't have a nervous system. So, I mean, what gives it sentience? It's got to have like a soul, right? So, I posit, like when does that soul, like, when does the yogurt stop being sentient? When does it die? It might not. Maybe that's why it doesn't mind being eaten. Because eventually it's going to come out as a log of shit. And it'll still be alive. Like, it's not going anywhere. Like, the soul is intact. You can't digest the soul in a fucking stomach.
So what you're really driving at here is that the guiding force of not only the world, possibly the entire, universe, is this metaphysical thing is force behind this yogurt. This yogurt is actually in control.
It's called chakra.
Believe it.
Chakra.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that reference. Pussy's not into anime, folks.
No, I've watched the, Death Note. I mean, that was I enjoyed that, but
because Death Note's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
there's people who don't like Death Note. You believe that?
Well, you give me their names and they're gonna like it.
Just like you might like these commercials. We're allowed to not like or like things that you don't like. Okay?
Sure.
This is fine. It's okay. It's allowed. You could still like and respect me. You never respected me. You could still like me, and I could still like you. We could still be friends. All right. It's not the end of the fucking world. But if you like that fucking referee commercial, then you got fucking problems.
Yeah, you definitely got problems.
I'm just kidding. Do you, anything else you want to say about this fucking commercial? Well, you said it reminded you of Sausage Party. You seen Sausage Party?
Oh,
because the fucking yogurt's
God,
alive. I have not seen this movie. You've seen this movie.
Jesus fucking Christ! Can I say something?
Please.
All right. I don't care. Yeah, let's get off topic if we have to. But it's not really off topic because this commercial reminds me.
It's food. I know that
of
the movie's
Sausage
about
Party.
food, living food. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I'm not one to really often, I guess, go out to the movie theaters. It may be often enough, but I don't consider myself like someone who, I don't go to the movies like 2-3 times a month or something like that.
Right.
Maybe once every 2-3 months, maybe something like that. I saw the trailer to Sausage Party before the movie was released, and I said to myself, wow, that actually looks like it could be a pretty funny movie. The trailer was actually
Seth Rogen didn't dissuade you.
See, that's what I'm.
I know how you feel about Rogen.
This is what I'm getting at here. I'm not a Seth Rogen fan. I don't think
You never have been. In fact, I believe you have like a very strong hatred for him. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't. Okay, let me tell you something. I don't have a hatred for anyone. Except for you.
Fucking liar.
Except for you. I have a hatred for you. I don't have a hatred for anyone.
That was a queef that just came out of pussy right there.
I don't have a hatred for I don't have a hatred for anyone, okay? I definitely don't have a hatred for anyone who's trying to do something creative. I really don't. But I will say
Unless
this.
they're on an advertising team for a corporation.
Well, even then, I don't have a hatred for you. I understand. You're just trying to make a living. That means I guess I like some commercials, but I know that. Well, anyway, getting back to Seth Rogen and Sausage Party, I don't have a hatred for Seth Rogen. I just don't. I don't find him very funny. I think I've liked him. I liked him in Knocked Up. I thought that was a good movie. I think he personally is better when he has other people, more talented people, like I guess Judd Apatow, who's the director of that movie, I think, or 40-Year-Old Virgin, right?
Like a couple of movies that he acted in.
There's this cabal in Hollywood.
He shouldn't be left to his own devices, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's definitely someone like, George Lucas, who shouldn't be left to his own devices. George Lucas works better with other people. I think Seth Rogen works better with people who are obviously, in my perspective, more talented than he is. And now, over the past few years, Jonah Hill, James Franco, they have this little fucking cabal. They've gotten together and they're just fucking going ape shit with fucking movies and fucking cartoons and whatever.
It's all shit.
The Preacher series is fucking Seth Rogen. Whatever. Let me tell you something. In my perspective, this movie, Sausage Party, which is about sentient food, which is what the Dannon commercial is about, the best part of the movie is the fucking trailer. It's the only funny part of it. The movie actually is fucking really terrible. It's garbage. It's a garbage fucking movie. There's nothing good about it at all. It's not funny at all.
I feel like I hear you say that about almost everything, though, to be fair.
No, that's not true.
There are a lot of people who agree with you in this instance. I happen to know that.
Well, you know, the only reason why I'm bringing up Sausage Party is because it's fucking terrible, and I spend money to watch that movie.
So you just wanted to get this, like, get this out into the universe, like, get this, like, make sure the world knows that you're fucking angry that you spent money on a ticket to see that movie, and that movie is fucking really bad.
What I'm saying is this.
Opinion.
That movie had a brilliant premise behind it. Sentient food that's fucking tricked into believing it should be eaten, and then it finds. I know you didn't see it, and I'm not spoiling the movie for anyone.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's what the movie's about.
Party.
It's about sentient food that's tricked into thinking it should be consumed, and then when it gets brought home to the kitchen, and people try to make them, they realize, oh, we're getting chopped up. It's fucking
we're gonna
painful.
die. We're gonna die.
This is terrible. Yeah. It was a brilliant premise, and unfortunately, there was people who didn't have enough talent to actually pull it off as a good movie, and I'm being very fucking nice. Right now in my description.
I wish you guys could see his face.
In my description of this fucking movie. So you know what? I'm not on the fucking bandwagon, people, okay, of fucking sentient food in commercials.
It doesn't work, does it?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And if
it doesn't work on any level.
It can work, but you want to know something? Nobody has the fucking idea, the talent to pull it off.
Right.
Okay? Apparently
Maybe
they
we
don't.
should. Why don't we take a crack at Sausage Party too?
Well,
the
reason
we know everything, right?
yes,
or at least we come off like that.
Yes. Well, I will tell you this: I actually have no talent whatsoever. I'm willing to admit that.
I'll join the club.
We actually
get
don't
in
have,
line.
We actually don't have any talent, so we've accomplished nothing in our lives, and we never will.
That is very accurate. I didn't want to be reminded of that right now, though. I was in a good mood. I was having a good time.
Well, what do you expect when you hang out with me? I mean, this is why we're such good friends, is that I make you, I bring you down all the time. You bring me down. It's perfect fucking harmony, right? Well, let me ask you a question. What do you think about this commercial? I mean, I kind of I was running away with this entire idea, but, I mean, do you have any thoughts about this commercial? Do you like Wanda Sykes? Do you like yogurt? I fucking love yogurt personally. Real yogurt, Greek yogurt, yeah. Faye.
It's you're asking me how I feel about the commercial.
Yeah, I want to know your thoughts on the commercial because it seems like you pretty much agree with me. I just want to see if there's any discrepancy in where we stand on this.
I fucking hate it. It's a commercial.
Would you say that you like any commercials at all? Have you ever...
I'm hard-pressed to think of one. I'm sure there's got to be. Maybe if you reminded me. I mean, I like yogurt. I want to like yogurt, but now I can never eat it again because you showed me that.
Well, at least you can't eat Dannon, light and fit, no artificial sweeteners yogurt.
I mean, you're trying to sell a product, just fucking... See, this is something... I was talking about this recently.
How does this make you want to buy the product, this commercial?
It doesn't. It makes me want to actively avoid the product. Mm-hmm. If you ever watch that Ricky Gervais movie, The History of Lying?
Oh, yes. I like that movie a lot.
Do you remember the Honest commercials?
Yeah.
When they had the Coca-Cola commercial and the guy's like, hey, listen, we're selling this soda. It's just a dude holding the can, looking at the camera. Because we're selling this soda. It's really not very good for you. Some people like how it tastes. It's all right. It's got a lot of sugar. It's probably really bad for your teeth, and it's. But I mean, it's all right. Buy it if you want. See, we got a little polar bear on there for the kids. If you want, it's cute for the kids. If you want to, But that's pretty much it. It's Coca-Cola. You can buy it, or don't buy it if you don't want to buy it. Can we have commercials like that? I would appreciate that. I just want that to be commercials. Oh, now I'm aware that this product exists. I could try it and see if I like it. And I could, also on my turn, that there were, I don't know if this is still true today, but there were parts of Europe where advertising on television only happened at the beginning and end of programs. It happened between programs. You would not be shown an advertisement in the middle of a fucking program. I would be far more tolerant of advertising if all of it was concentrated at the end of a show or, in between shows. Like, instead of having it all, interspersed in the episode. Obviously, they do that because they don't want you, fucking turning the TV off because you got what you needed out of it, or just you're turning away from it and ignoring it. But don't you do that like 99% of the time anyway?
Well, I'll tell you, I know.
I do.
For the people at home,
I tune commercials out. I ignore them.
We
I try very hard.
Mike and I, we get together, and occasionally we would watch some television or something like that, throughout the years of our friendship. And we have a common trait together that when we watch TV and a commercial comes on, we generally press the mute button.
Or change the channel.
Yeah. No matter what the commercial is, we usually press the mute button. And I do that when I watch television at home alone, and I'm sure Mike does the same thing when he's alone. So
I only masturbate when I'm alone.
Oh, okay.
Exclusively. I don't do anything else.
Okay, is that what the puddle was?
Sometimes I'll put the TV on so I don't feel alone.
So when I came in and I stepped into that puddle of goo, I guess you were taking care of business before I came here.
Yeah, but
my question
there was
is why,
tears in there too. That was also tears.
My question is, why didn't you? I mean, you knew I was coming over. Why didn't you clean it up?
Because that takes work.
Oh, I
pussy.
see.
Okay.
I see.
But I would say it's damaging in that sense. I do that. If the people who are making that show, the network wants people watching their channel, I'm changing it and potentially not putting it back on because the fucking commercial comes on.
Would you say that because you do something like that, you are an enlightened viewer? Enlightened television viewer? No, you wouldn't?
No, I'm just annoyed by commercials. I don't want something fucking shoved down my throat that I didn't fucking open my mouth and say, yeah, slam that in there.
Like Dannon, light and fit,
right?
Non-artificial.
Well, I turned on the television to watch a fucking a show, an episode of a show or a movie or something, or the news or some shit, right? That's what I went there for. I didn't go there to find out about Dannon light and fit yogurt. So what I'm saying is, again, I know this happened in the Netherlands. Again, I don't know if it still happens in the Netherlands, but at the end of a show, you would be able to watch a show completely uninterrupted, and then there would be like a block of like 15 minutes of commercials before the next program aired. Where you could sit there, you could go do something if you wanted to, or you could. I'd be more inclined to watch those commercials, honestly, if they weren't interrupting the fucking thing that I tuned in to watch.
I was watching a rerun of South Park.
The fucking Comedy Central is the worst.
No, they
with
are
commercials.
No,
fucking forget it.
They are the worst. When I was younger, I used to tape on VHS a lot of the shows that I would want to watch for whatever reason. That's how I watch TV. I taped them and then I would go back and rewatch episodes over and over and over again. South Park, Married with Children, whatever. And I noticed that in 30-minute episodes, there was basically like 22 minutes of content, and then the rest of it was commercials. But it feels like every time you watch a half-hour episode on Comedy Central, it's got to be like 10 or 11 minutes of commercials, it feels like.
That ratio is abysmal.
There's something about
You're
Comedy
watching
Central.
more commercial than content, it feels like.
It really does feel like that.
And I mean, you're watching the same commercials over and over, too. Like, they beat you over the head with these fucking things. I'm telling you, it's a psychological fucking warfare. There's a lot of psychology at play here.
It's maddening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of psychology going on. It's a war for your mind, man.
Maddening is a perfect word to describe.
It could be fucking maddening. Like, if you're there and, like, maybe you're like a fucking truck driver and you got the radio on, you got FM radio on, and you're, like, driving cross country, you're going to hear the same fucking commercial like a couple of thousand times to get coast to coast. Listening to the fucking, because they're playing the same commercials on all the fucking radio stations. So by the time you get to the fucking other side of the country, you're going to want to jump in whatever ocean you just got to.
Radio commercials are horrible.
They're bad. We're going to get into those too here, folks.
They're horrible. As soon as we can figure out how to get radio commercials incorporated into our podcast, we're definitely going to get into that. I know that here in New York, I occasionally listen to Q104.3, which is a classic rock station. In between, like, sets of songs, commercials on that station will play for almost literally 10, 11 minutes.
Sure.
I mean, oh Oh my god! And like
you hear the
every
same ones over and over. It's
maddening. And every commercial on radio, almost every commercial on radio is they also try to be funny. There's something about the advertising industry that has determined their primary way of making a commercial is going to be a comedic way. They have to like try to make you laugh.
It's got to be funny. It's like a mandatory rule at this point.
Fuck it. Bring on those honest fucking commercials like you said in that Ricky Gervais movie.
Do it. Bring honest commercials. There's no reason for it because you know what? You're wasting everybody's time. But maybe is there an art to it, man?
Sure, there's an art
I watched Mad Men. You never watched Mad Men.
No, I haven't.
It's about advertising.
Yeah.
It's about a team of advertisers, a fucking advertisement
You can't
company.
spell ad, or you can't spell
that's the
mad
point. Well,
without ad.
Madison
right?
Avenue is where they work. There's a whole fucking thing in the show. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right.
So that was where like the industry was centered at the time, I guess. But most companies I think now have in-house advertising, but they were like an advertising fucking company. That's what they came up with ideas to sell things for companies. But you know what? I mean, yeah, I respect it. I respect it as an art form in its own right.
You would really say art form? I don't know if we could actually use the word. I mean, okay.
Would you say okay? Manipulation tactic.
How about it's a bastardization of art? How about that? It's something.
It's a bastardization of art.
I mean, look,
George Carlin had some very strong opinions about. He also hated advertising.
George Carlin had strong opinions about everything.
That's very true.
I mean, like.
But he, remember that one stand up when he's like, "You should be ashamed of yourselves for filling the world with your fucking garbage. Your useless garbage." And it is garbage in most cases. It is garbage.
And that's something.
I mean, it's just really it's fucking erodes that culture, doesn't it?
Well, you want to know something? This is part of the reason why you do what you do with your stream, and this is why we are doing this podcast, because there is a ton of garbage in this world, and we're not necessarily
We're warriors of the light. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not fucking warriors of the light.
That's how you see yourself. That's how you see this.
Well, you know what? Mike and I got influenced.
You need a douche.
Mike and I. Well, listen. It's been dirty for a long time. I prefer it that way, so I'm gonna leave it like that. But
it's got a high pH content.
We watched. We as children, teenagers, whatever. We watched Mystery Science Theater 3000. I think Mystery Science Theater 3000 was the first foray in. I don't know. I guess not just television, but any type of like media or artistic deconstruction of garbage media.
But to be funny.
That's what
I carried that torch.
There's a lot of trash in this world.
On Twitch, and I guess that's what we're doing here.
In video games, there's trash. In advertisements, it's nothing but garbage.
It's mostly it's a lot of trash.
It's nothing but fucking garbage, it seems like to me. Movies, there's garbage. George Carlin was right. I mean, I don't think I saw the special you're talking about, but if he's talking about how much trash there is in this world, and people should be ashamed
advertising
of themselves.
in that instance right there.
There's more. Yeah. It's exploded since he made that statement. It's not. I mean, it's been
Hasn't gotten better.
It's gotten worse.
Fuck, they're everywhere. Sides of buses,
everywhere.
Bus stops, and inside the buses, under the buses.
Not just advertised.
In case you get fucking mowed down by a fucking bus, your last thought is that you might buy some Dannon Light and Fit yogurt or change your insurance company.
With no artificial sweeteners.
Save 15% while you're fucking bleeding out, while you're the bottom, fucking your legs are separated from your torso.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could save 15%.
Man, I'm fucking dying right now, but at least fucking Geico can save you 15% on car insurance. And Dannon Light and Fit yogurt has no artificial fucking sweeteners.
I make a lot of money from advertisement, and I make a little bit of money from advertising. I make some money from advertising, so I guess I'm glad that it exists, and I'm able to do that to whatever extent I can, I guess.
Sure.
But at the same time, I don't like looking at it.
Look, we're not calling for the ends of advertisement. We're not some fucking like revolutionary warriors. But you want to know something? Guess what? When I watch TV and you're gonna fucking pump an advertisement in my face, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna mute it. And if I do watch it, we're gonna fucking talk about it here on this podcast, and we're gonna deconstruct it, and we're gonna make you feel ashamed of yourselves, you people who fucking make this garbage and shove it down our fucking throats, okay?
So that's one goal. The other goal is to try to make people laugh. I feel like most people were listening to this rant and not finding it very funny, but hey, Waka waka.
Hey, well, let me tell you something, people who are listening. It's fine if you don't find this funny. I mean, we're not fucking professional comedians. I know that I'm not funny at all. I'm kind of depressing and dark or whatever. I don't know. Maybe if you saw me on the street.
And yeasty.
You're definitely yeasty. You'd probably laugh at me if you saw me. But I could say this. You want to know something? The shit that's coming out of our mouths right now, right?
This is real? This is real talk?
This is real talk. But not only that, I bet you kind of agree with us, don't you? I bet you kind of agree with us.
I think you're going to find some people agreeing, and I think you're going to find some people disagreeing, saying we're being assholes, saying that we're...
just because you're an asshole doesn't mean you're wrong.
We're just jerk-offs. That's true.
It means you're an asshole.
You're going to see some people who are, saying that we missed the point. It's supposed to be funny. The reason a commercial is funny is because they're trying to get your attention, so you see their product. You're going to have people defending these commercials. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely going to happen.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I mean, I don't know.
Doesn't mean you're right.
I'm having a good time. Are you having a good time?
It doesn't mean that you're right, that you're defending these commercials. I'm having a great fucking time, by the way.
I can tell you're getting very angry.
And I my fucking blood pressure's. I feel like the ball in my throat. What is this thing? You know what I'm talking about? The Adam's apple.
Medulla oblongata.
Or the medulla. I feel like my medulla oblongata in my throat is fucking like it's trying to crawl out of my fucking body right now. That's how angry I'm getting. It wants to fucking come out, and I want to feel that pain. The pain that commercials cause me.
He's very red. I think Pussy's about to have his period over here.
Yeah. I was saying something about South Park. There's one thing before I totally forget about it, is I was watching a rerun of it, and there was this one episode, at least one episode, I think it might have been a 2-part series, on advertisements. And they said something during this episode about advertisements, online ads specifically they were talking about. They said something during this episode that I don't know if is actually true or not, but it's pretty interesting. They say that cable television had been invented and initially promised that, well, you will pay for our services, and what you get in return is no commercials.
Right.
And look at the fucking state. If that's true, look at the state of cable television today. What do you think we're talking about right now? Where do you think these commercials are being played? They're being played on cable television. Yeah. Could you imagine? Do you know? I'm asking you if you know. Is this true?
I don't know if that's true, but if you're asking me if a cable company would be above, saying something to its customers and then doing the exact opposite because there was more money in it for them, I'm gonna believe it. It's certainly possible. I'm not going to try to get into the whole fucking net neutrality debacle here. But, I mean, yeah. So basically, the idea was that if you paid a subscription for cable, you were going to get to watch your programs completely uninterrupted by advertising because you're paying money for it. But now, not only are you paying money for it, but you're also being subjected to advertisements. Which, hey, the cable company is being paid coming and going. You're getting fucked coming and going,
it's
basically.
Great. It's fucking great.
So the cable company is getting your fucking money, okay?
To pay for the cable service.
Right, to pay for the service. And then they're also getting a check from the companies who want to advertise on cable. So, I mean, they're rolling in it, baby.
You want to know something? This, I think, hopefully, we're going to see maybe over the next 10 or 15 years some, I think it's already starting now, but some serious competition against how you watch your television or your television shows, specifically things like Netflix. I don't know what like the Fire Stick is or whatever, Amazon Fire Stick, but I think we're going to see more and more options in the future that bring people away who want to watch television, bring them away from actual cable boxes.
Until the advertisers find a way to stick their fucking filthy dick in there, too.
Oh, listen, don't get me wrong. You're absolutely right. Let me tell you something. There will never be any type of official service provided to us that we pay for that will not have some type of convoluted bullshit like getting fucked in and out, on both sides of the deal, with regards to, pumping commercials in our face. That's the way the world works. It's going to continue to work like that no matter what changes.
You ever watch Futurama? Well, so you read Transmetropolitan. This also takes place in that story as well. But the just transmission of advertisements directly into your brain, is a futuristic sci-fi, graphic novel.
I remember that issue of Transmetropolitan. Yeah.
He wakes up. The main character wakes up and he's all fucked up because he just all night long was subjected to commercials. They were beaming the commercials into his fucking brain while he was sleeping.
How did that happen
Well,
again?
I'm struggling to remember the exact context, but like he woke up and he was like, "We have to go get XYZ," and his assistant was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because they've been pumping the commercial into my brain all night, and now I need to spend money and I need it. I have to buy it."
Yeah, this comic book was written by Warren Ellis, who's
I've sung its praises many times while live.
Yeah, I really Derek Robertson, I believe, was the
artist,
the penciler. I mean, this has to be one of the best comic books in my opinion, and
it's fantastic.
I haven't read it in a long time. I think I should give it another.
I think it's a very appropriate read for today, especially.
I mean,
with the trouble with the veracity of news items and things like that.
Sure.
Fake news!
Sure.
It's a good read.
Sure.
It's about journalism. The main character is a journalist.
Yeah, it is a very good...
In a wacky, futuristic environment.
Speaks a lot about... just check it out.
It's a lot of fun.
People.
Very fun read. And also, the Warren Ellis's sense of humor is outstanding. Yes. Very funny. Fucking very, very funny read as well. I wanted to ask you if you could find that video again so we can look at the comments, because we didn't do that. That could be worth it.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you while we were going through this to see if maybe you could find any comments. But the thing is, this only has 626 views, so it might not have a lot of comments. But that's it right there, I believe.
It's got one comment.
Oh, it has one comment? What's the comment?
There's one comment. There's one comment on the... Light and Fit Dannon fucking... This is the video, right?
Yes, Light and Fit Greek non-fat yogurt with 0 artificial sweeteners, girl talk.
It's good for your colon, right?
Well, I guess. It's very topical.
And Cuthcab says, I bought one yesterday when I was at work. I tried the coconut cream yogurt, and surprisingly, it was delicious. I would recommend it to other people. Smiley face.
Written by Vladimir Putin
himself. We've got another commercial here. I just watched it for the first time. It's called Stars, and it's from Zillow. Zillow is the company that sells you
Zillow is a website.
Real estate.
It's a real estate website.
Right.
You can look all over, I guess, the United States, perhaps the world, and real estate listings are up on it for buying homes, condos, or whatever.
So it shows you houses for sale. If you're in the market for buying a house, you could use Zillow. I guess you pay for it, and there's some kind of fucking premium or something. I mean, how the fuck does it even work?
Well, I don't know, but this is the thing about the Zillow commercials specifically, because there are a few of them. It's just all commercials about fucking people just like buying homes, just like these young people.
Let's give Zillow this, unlike the previous 2 commercials that we watched. The fucking contents of the commercial are relevant to what their product is.
I don't know about that. I don't know, because let's take a look at this commercial and we'll see how fucking relevant this is to buying homes. So this is Stars from Zillow. You can look it up on YouTube. It's called Zillow Commercial Stars. Let's take a look.
Here's a good place. What do you think of this one? Find a house close to Nana and Poppy. Get a big yard.
I bet that one's Mom. It's the brightest.
It goes straight to the heart. We will find a way home.
Be a good spot.
We will find a way.
You guys! Look, there's my boy!
It goes straight to the heart.
Good night.
Night, Dad. 'Night, Mom.
All right. So there it is. Stars. Wow.
This is a commercial where we want
a little story.
It's a story. This one is actually a longer version. It's a 60-second version on TV.
There's a shorter, like a half.
There's 30-second versions.
Right.
This is a commercial that has veered away from the use of comedy, like our past two commercials that we looked at.
Which
this podcast.
You'd think would be refreshing, wouldn't you?
You think would be refreshing, but it's actually a very dramatic commercial. And
I mean, that was fucking awful. I am not in the mood to go to that website now. I'm not in the mood to even think about that. Buying a house. That was fucking dark, man. What? I'm depressed now.
Yeah, this commercial, I watched this commercial and immediately I knew that we had to do this commercial on this show. I mean, my first question is, now I know you said in the last commercial that I had a conspiracy going on.
You did.
I have a big conspiracy with this fucking commercial.
Let's hear it.
Okay? And it all revolves around the mother. What happened to the mother? Is she dead?
The insinuation is pretty clearly she's dead, yeah.
Is she missing? She could be dead or missing.
He's looking at the stars.
The little boy is looking at the stars.
She's an astronaut. She left the planet. She's alive up there. She's at the International Space Station. That's what he's pointing at. She's up there drinking her own urine or whatever they do up there.
Well, let's fucking whatever they do. They drink their own.
It's a hard time. I mean, it's astronauts.
Do astronauts drink their own piss?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
I do it. No.
But you're not an astronaut.
You should do it for fun.
What are you doing?
Because it's sterile and I like the taste.
There's actually an MMA fighter who drinks his own piss because he thinks that he gets more
his
nutrients.
Body?
Yeah.
Good.
Anyway. This is an instance in this commercial is an instance of not using comedy to sell your product, but rather using death.
They're using death.
Is it death?
It's okay. So I mean, all kidding aside. All right. Yeah, maybe she left him because he's fucking maybe he's a piece of shit. All that. Maybe he's got a small dick. Whatever.
The husband.
Yeah. Maybe that. But okay, that's funny and everything. But they want us to believe that this woman is dead
or missing. She could be missing.
I'm pretty sure they want us to believe that she's dead because I think the star. All right, she's not an astronaut. He's the kid saying, "Oh man, that's fucking depressing." The kid is saying that his mother became a star when she died because that's like maybe the father told him that. It's manipulation at its best because who hasn't had a death in the family? If you're fucking in the market for a house, you probably had somebody close to you die, right? Chances are you're old enough to have experienced that. So now this is this is a commercial that's kind of preying on your fucking it's trying to tug on your heartstrings and do this thing where you've experienced death, you know what it feels like, come to our website. What?
Don't you think that the people who thought up of this as a commercial really, fucking going back to George Carlin, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Like, were we supposed to watch that? What were we supposed to feel when we watched it? In their fucking mind, their little group where they sat there and they came up with this fucking idea, their writer's room, whatever, all right, and they hashed this fucking thing out. What was the goal? What was the goal? What did they want us to think and or feel to get us to a point where we go on the fucking internet, we go to the fucking web browser, type Zillow.com in the address bar?
I don't know. I can't. This is a commercial where there's no fucking clear way that I could see how you can manipulate somebody's humanity and their own experiences with loss to fucking buy a fucking house, but to buy a home. Like, hey, we have this.
So you're saying it's not relevant to the product.
It's not fucking relevant to the product at all.
Well, okay, they're saying that in the event of a death in your family,
you want to be closer to grandma.
There may be an impetus to move. Maybe you can't afford where you live anymore because your partner was helping you with rent or some fucking shit. I don't know, or the mortgage or whatever. right? Or maybe in the commercial, they want to be closer to the fucking the grandparents, the kids' grandparents.
Well, you see, that's
the story reason why you're using Zillow.
Michael, I think we just we hit at the truth of what actually happened in this commercial.
What happened?
I think we're getting there. The grandma and grandpa are the key components.
They killed her.
No.
They killed their daughter.
I don't know.
Insurance money is.
We don't know exactly what was going on. Okay, we don't know exactly what happened. And there's a little bit of mystery in this commercial that there's a conspiracy in this commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Juicy conspiracy. There's also an old woman in the commercial, so it works really well. Grandma Juicy is in the my mod Omcio calls that voice, like that character or whatever.
Juicy Pussy.
Yeah, Grandma Juicy.
Did you boys come here for a slice of my world famous boys Juicy Pussy?
Yeah, Grandma Juicy. She's in the commercial.
Grandma Juicy is the commercial, and I think let me tell you something. Grandma Juicy in this commercial, she's the driving force behind this woman's disappearance.
Okay, so what the fuck happened? What's your conspiracy?
I don't know. I think like the missing mother, the missing wife in this commercial. I think she was getting in the way of grandma and grandpa from being involved in their little boy's life. Maybe for a good reason. Maybe these were bad people. Maybe the husband. I think the husband. That's his father and mother. Those old people. And I think there was a little conspiracy, probably by grandma, to get the wife rubbed out so that they would move. The family would move closer to them.
Rubbed out. How did you get here?
How did I get here?
Yeah, how did you get to this place?
Was
there anything in the commercial that kind of hinted at that to you?
Well, first off, there's really creepy overtones in this fucking commercial, especially the husband. You know, the father of this cute little fucking boy. You know, hey, do you wanna move near Nanny and Poppy?
Are you sure you're not like putting that on him? Like, I feel like that's.
Go ahead and rewatch the commercial if you have to. Watch this man, the way he talks to his son. It's not about oh, you know, like you're missing out, son. The son wasn't sad. The son was a little melancholy, I guess, but it's not like the father was like really trying to console him. The father has some fucking sinister intention. I'm convinced. Hey, you want to move? You want to move near Nanny and Poppy? I mean, this guy is fucking creepy. He's bad news, and his fucking parents are bad news. And whatever they did to this poor fucking woman, there needs to be an investigation. Okay? That's what I'm getting out of this, to be honest with you. There needs to be an investigation because we have either a dead wife or at the very least she's fucking missing. She's chopped up probably in fucking like 5 locations right now, buried in 5 locations. And I think it was they're just bad people. The husband, the father, and the grandma and the grandpa. I think they're fucking evil people, and they're controlling and manipulative. And the wife wanted a way out, and she was gonna fucking take the kid, and she was gonna run. She was gonna say, "I made a mistake. You're fucking psychotic. You're abusive. You're a terrible human being, and I'm taking this fucking kid away from you, and you're not gonna be able to infect him with your garbage."
So he killed her.
So grandma was like, no, you're not taking my little boy away from me. As a matter of fact, you're gonna move closer to Nanny and Poppy. Yes, that's right.
I feel like for the rest of my life, I'm gonna think about Zillow.com, and I'm gonna think about this really depressing, like little nugget of like a little drama kind of thing where it's like, I mean, all of the sadness without any of like, you know, the thought-provoking lessons and stuff, that themes that come with like a movie.
Yeah,
just all the sadness concentrated into 60 seconds. You don't walk away from it being like, oh, that was great, or I enjoyed that in some way, or learned something, or it was a fucking experience. It was done in an effort to manipulate your emotions to try to get you to fucking go to this website.
I don't understand.
They're a fucking corporation. They don't give a fuck. They don't fucking care. We're supposed to believe that they fucking give a shit about anything but money?
This is a horrible commercial.
I know, but Mike, there's human beings living there. There's human beings who work there, and they're people, right?
They're horrible too. Whoever thought up of this commercial is a horrible human being. Okay, and probably has participated in murder before. Okay, because only a fucking psychopath can think that commercial up and say, this is a good fucking idea. Yeah, this is a good idea to get on television.
This is going to get people to come to the website, yeah.
And guess what? This commercial is on TV. This isn't like something that was fucking made and then never aired because the executives were like, holy shit, this is fucking bad. This is terrible.
In fact, like we gotta fire somebody because we don't want this like kind of like really twisted.
This is bad publicity for us.
Depressing thing. For no reason to be associated with our fucking company.
A real estate
At least with
website.
Geico, like they might be committing these crimes and shit, these crimes against humanity, like a referee's explanation. But, that's not hurting anybody. Like, well, okay, it might be.
Certain the referees.
No, people are walking away from that like, nachos. At least that. This is like, what the fuck? Like, what did you do to me? Like, you ruined my night. By showing me this fucking shit. Fuck this.
What was up with that song that just started playing in the middle of the fucking commercial?
And it's very telling because the lyrics to the song were like, something in the heart. Like, those are the only lyrics that I heard. Something in the heart. So it's like, and it's like the piano, like they're tugging on your heart to be like, oh, remember when somebody that I'm touching his shoulder right now. Remember when somebody that you loved died? Remember that? Remember that? Well, that was really fucked up, right? That was really fucked up. Yeah, I know. We know. Zillow.com. When you're thinking about buying a house, Zillow.com. It's all right. Zillow.com.
Hey, remember when mommy...
Fuck you!
Remember when mommy was alive? You remember how happy you were? Come to our fucking website.
Like, excuse me. No, you don't get to do that. Go fuck yourself. However, that being said, the commercial has 2,162,000 views on YouTube.
Holy shit. The commercial on YouTube has over 2 million views. Over 2 million fucking views. Mike, can you take a look? See if there's there's gotta be a fucking shit ton of comments.
There sure are.
How many comments? There's 286 comments on this.
Well, here's something from Teresa. Saw this commercial today, April 24th, 2017. It went, in quotations, straight to my heart. That might be the lyrics of the song.
Oh my God.
I became very emotional and started to cry. Zillow.com made somebody cry. The little boy and his dog were just precious. I truly felt the boy's loss of his mother, and now he begins a new life. Great commercial, Zillow.
Well, Teresa, you fucking you feel for the boy, right? That he lost his mother, all right? But you're talking about like maybe she had some type of like disease and she died early or something. Teresa, there's fucking foul play going on here. Why aren't you fucking talking about the fucking foul play of grandma and grandpa? God damn it!
Because Teresa's too concerned with Privyet, как дела? Хорошо?
Yeah. Privyet.
Fake news?
Privyet. I love commercials. America is #1. You will love commercials. Go to Zillow.com. It gives money to Russia.
Oh, here's a comment, well, response to the one I just read from Sherry. Thank you. The little is my son. Teresa says, he's such a cutie. Thank you. I think so too, but I'm a bit biased. We don't know if that's accurate. We'll never know if that's accurate, but...
so, listen, can
I had no complaints about the kid's acting. Did you have any complaints about the kid's acting? Did he sell the performance well for you?
Yeah, the kid sold the performance. He was very whatever. Sherry, let me ask you something. I think we should, if Sherry really is the mother of this child actor, I think we should make sure she's okay, because I think this...
Anybody who gets involved with this meets a very nasty end.
I think that might be the case. People out there in podcast land or wherever the fuck you are right now...
It's probably YouTube. I don't know
YouTube or whatever. Can you see if we could find where Sherry is? I'm actually a little concerned for her, because if the mother in this commercial died, I think the mother of the child might be next.
You're at this point like fucking trying to instigate people to fucking track down the location of I don't think we can read these comments anymore, because this is now don't look for this woman, people. Okay, leave her alone. This is not why we're doing this.
If she shows up dead,
the blood's on my hands. Is what you're gonna say?
No, we could have stopped it. It's not that the blood's on our hands. I'm just saying she might show up fucking dead one day soon, and then
you might have just caused it.
No, I'm not the one going around fucking making commercials about killing mothers. And then the fucking mother of the actual child actor disappears. Okay?
I do have a complaint with the dog's acting, though.
Yeah, what was wrong with the dog's acting? He was too cocky?
I feel like he came off a little bit a little bit arrogant.
Yeah, a little fucking mutt.
Not very well trained.
Yeah, I don't think I like dogs too much anymore.
Not after that commercial. I don't think I like anything after that commercial.
I mean, I would say I don't like you, but I actually never liked you.
The part that got me is the skylight, so he can always see his mom.
Yeah, that was.
They bought a house with a skylight, so the kid can look at the star every night and say, "Oh, there's mommy." You know, because that's psychologically healthy for the fucking child, right?
Yeah, that's healthy for the child. That's healthy for people watching the fucking commercial.
How about the father steps in and says, "No, son, that's actually a fucking burning ball of helium."
Well,
you know, several million light years away. That's not your mother. That's the fucking that's a son.
Well, even if he was like a fundamentalist Christian, even or
hydrogen
or devout, even if he was a devout Christian, I mean, like, would they really say like, oh, you know, mommy's in the stars? They don't actually believe angels are stars, right? Or saints are stars or whatever. So even if this guy was
nobody believes that.
Even if this
Does
guy
anybody
was
believe that?
Even if the family was like a devout Christian, they wouldn't be fucking like saying, "Oh, look, there's mommy up."
No,
in the
that's
sky.
probably fucking like sacrilegious. If I said something like that in high school, me and Pussy went to Catholic high school. I think I would have got smacked.
Yeah, we
I would have got my fucking knuckles whacked with a ruler.
We would have, at the very least, have gotten spanked.
We would have gotten a very rigorous spanking from one of the nuns.
From one of the nuns? One of the nuns.
Yeah.
I don't think one of the nuns.
One of the priests?
Uh-huh.
There was a priest who had a wooden paddle in his office, and I witnessed him use it on people.
Yeah.
This is not a fucking joke. I'm not just like, priests being pervy with kids. No, that happened.
No, there's a...
Did they back me up? That happened?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was a lot of... Well, let's not get into it.
Let's not get into that. Let's
not,
move on. Back to the commercial.
Back to the comments of
Here's
the commercial.
a
We got
comment
another
from
good one?
Corey here. Nice ad. Love the emotional tug. Sure gets your attention. Yeah, it does, but not in a good way.
No. You know, I gotta say, I mean, these comments obviously have to be fake because they're all just, in all of these commercials, they just basically been things that have just been, you know, blowing smoke up there. Not blowing smoke, fucking nut hugging these commercials.
Well, so far.
Can
You'll find this interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
This is a comment from someone here. Boo! Way to tap into the dead mom market. Come on, Zillow.
So
that's my fucking thought. Yeah,
that's a real person. That has to be a real fucking person.
That's a very succinct thing there. That really distills everything I feel about this into one succinct sentence right there.
We have information on the actual song that was used. The name of it apparently was "Our Corner of the Universe" by K.S. Rhodes. So I'm definitely gonna add that to my fucking playlist at the gym.
Straight to the heart. Yeah, fuck listening to that on the fucking elliptical with tears streaming down your face. Oh, he barely got to know his mother. Oh, the house was nice though. Gotta go to Zillow.com when I get home. But oh my god, oh, it's so sad.
Jesus Christ. I think this commercial has to be one of the worst ones in recent history.
Right.
One of the most criminal ones.
So there's some responses to this this dead mom market comment. Here's one. This commercial made me cry, and then your comment made me laugh. Am I messed up or what? There's a reply to that here. It says, LaMayo, I knew it. I knew some whiny liberal would bitch about the commercial. Wow.
The fuck? What? You don't have to be a... Is that for... No, that's a troll. That's
Privyet.
That's not even Privyet. That's like some... That's just some like...
Some like basement dwelling man-child?
Basement dwelling fucking like... well...
Oops.
Maybe...
Oops.
Not New York. Not New York. Maybe in like Alabama or something.
Right. Like, you know, it's not a fucking like YouTube comment section until somebody finds a way to fucking like drag politics into this.
Yeah, that's fucking,
I can't believe some whiny liberal would bitch about the commercial. No, it's a bad commercial. I don't care what your fucking political leanings are.
What does this have to do with politics? What is this? This is
fuck you and everything you believe in, pussy. Fuck you.
This is why I hate politics, because anything can be politicized, even though it doesn't have to be. And
I mean, this was a real fucking stretch, but holy shit. This person went to their fucking... Because we could make this podcast about the ridiculousness of fucking these fucking people on YouTube. Went to his fucking probably YouTube channel to find out like what kind of shit he likes, and then came back here to fucking defend the commercial. Defend it.
Defend the commercial of death
against a whiny liberal bitch. Wow, what the fuck is going on, people? This is everything that's wrong with this country right here, man.
Yeah, it's a big part of it.
Here's another comment. Because dead parents and the housing market go hand in hand, feels a bit odd to use the death of a loved one as a means to promote something completely unrelated. See, there are people with fucking common sense left in the world.
No,
if you ever doubt it.
No, I never doubted that there were definitely... This is why I was saying before. There's definitely people who are going to listen to what we're saying right now, and you're going to agree with us. Because there's plenty of people who do see these things as well in these commercials. How full of shit these commercials are. It's seen. People know.
Apparently Zillow, I'm learning now, is a free service. They don't charge. There's no like signing up for it. There's no like paying for it. That makes it like there's no premium or anything like that. According to that, I mean, this is a comment on a YouTube video, and those are not always accurate, as we know.
Well,
I mean, we could look it up, but I don't. Do you feel like doing that? I really don't feel like doing that.
No, I don't feel like doing it. But they have to be making money because they're advertising on television, which costs money. They want people to use their service. Every time someone uses their service, they have to be making money somehow. They're not a non-profit, I'd imagine. They're making money. Whether it's who knows, who cares at the end of the day. All I know is that I don't see the connection between a dead mother and fucking buying a home unless it's the fucking grandmother and the grandfather who perpetrated this conspiracy to get someone murdered, their daughter-in-law, so that they could be closer to their grandchild, so they can indoctrinate him with their own fucking monstrous views.
Pussy, was there something in that commercial that hit like a little close to home for you? Was there something? Because you fucking took this in a direction that, I mean, listen, I didn't love the commercial, but for you invented a whole fucking like dark backstory to this shit.
I don't think there's something wrong with me. I think there's something wrong with these commercials. And
I'm very surprised you didn't say with the kid's grandparents and father. I'm very shocked you didn't end that sentence that way.
Are you proud of me?
A little bit.
Thank you.
Here's another comment. As long as the dad got the life insurance money, then buying a new house is clearly the best way to go for your grieving children. They should do another commercial about finding apartment rentals on Zillow for recently divorced men. That would be a real tear jerker. Raffle.
Oh my God. Yeah, they have a bunch of commercials, Zillow. And all of it is about, obviously people buying new homes. And people our age. And I don't know about you, but, well, actually I do know about you since we went to fucking high school together. And most of the people that, we went to high school with, they're not buying homes at our age. And if they are buying homes, they're just starting to buy homes now. And it's not on their own. It's different from the generations before us where, homes were actually affordable. But living in New York fucking City, there are no homeowners anymore, new homeowners. Not nearly as much as there were in the past. The nuclear family's being replaced by fucking roommates. So, Zillow, you're going to have to fucking start making more commercials about rentals in fucking New York City if you expect us to buy this shit. And preferably don't have fucking dead mothers and fucking conspiracies with evil grandparents in them. Thank you.
Take notes, Zillow. Take notes.
Fucking, we could write better. God damn it. I don't want to fucking work for the advertisement company, in the advertisement industry, but...
What if they offered you a gajillion dollars?
Not enough.
Would you sell your soul?
Not enough. I have integrity, sir.
Right. Yeah, I believe that after 15 years of knowing you. Longer?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, more than half of our lives at this point.
Here's another comment. It's good to know that, should I die, my child can begin the process of emotional healing as long as his father uses Zillow to find and buy a home. Jesus Christ, the things people are willing to do to make a buck. And here comes somebody calling them a liberal whiny bitch.
There we go.
Whoa,
What the fuck is this one?
Whoa, man. Whoa, there's a fucking novel in here. What the fuck?
We clearly have someone who commented on
You want to
this
talk about
video.
conspiracies?
We have someone who commented on this video, and apparently they're writing a fucking master's thesis on this commercial. I mean, the fucking length of this comment is insane. Holy shit! This fucking
He's got
links?
sources.
He's got sources.
He's got sources. It's about consumerism.
Oh my god!
It's a critique of like American culture in here, basically.
I mean, we already
Oh
know.
my god! I'm not reading this shit out loud.
No.
You know, go look, find it in the fucking comments.
We don't need to fucking politicize this any more than we already have, and other people clearly want to. Jesus
you may think it's
Christ.
dubious to include sales directly linked to advertising. Sales represent opportunity
In my
costs. They represent
calculation.
$3.4 trillion worth of resources that could be directed towards solving a child poverty rate of 1 in 5, the highest prison population in the world, the impact of rising sea levels, crumbling infrastructure, or any other number of problems. If we lived in an actual democracy, figuring out how to direct resources to solving social problems would be consuming us right now, not agonizing over what top to go out and buy at Abercrombie & Fitch. Okay.
Thank you.
Does this guy have a YouTube channel?
I don't know. I mean, whatever. I'm not saying I agree with him or disagree with him. I just want to make fun of commercials, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I just want to make fun of commercials. It's a bad commercial, and
He's quoting the nephew of Sigmund Freud.
Thanks, man. I mean, good for you.
The conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in democratic society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power of our country. We are governed, our minds are molded, our tastes formed, our ideas suggested largely by men we have never heard of. Man, let's just go back to making dick jokes and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, dick jokes are pretty funny. You know what else makes me laugh is when like someone farts.
I'm trying to do like that squeaker, you know?
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Well, I think
This actually made me cry genuine tears. You know, I'll be honest with you. I felt it welling up a little bit in the first couple, the first like fucking like the first 10 seconds before I realized it was like, wait, no, this is somebody trying to manipulate me. Okay, because I'm a little bitch. Like, I'm an emotional bitch. You know this about me. Things make me fucking cry. I'll hear fucking songs make me cry. Fucking movies make me cry. TV shows make me cry. Sometimes I see like a tweet, like a shit post that makes me cry because it reminds me of something. This fucking started to work. I felt it. I felt the little fucking tinglies in my fucking tear ducts.
You did?
Yeah! I felt them. It started. It just started. And I was like, wait a fucking second. No, you don't get to do that to me. Zillow.com.
You know,
No. You're bullshit. Get out of here.
I don't know. Maybe you're more human than I am. But as soon as I saw this commercial, I fucking had to call shenanigans. I knew there was a death involved.
Shenanigans.
There was
I love that word.
It's a good word.
I forgot how much I love that word.
There was a murder involved. There's a missing woman. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm a little skeptical. I couldn't pay attention to anything else. And I think that there should be a sequel to this commercial.
I found some more great comments.
I think I need a resolution.
Remember, advertising's easy if you capitalize on death and child suffering. Oh my god. I saw this randomly through another channel on YouTube. I hunted it down to the source just so I could say, it's the guy from before, the guy who quoted Sigmund Freud's nephew. I hunted it down to the source just so I could say it is the most disgusting display of advertising I have ever seen. Playing on the emotions of parents and kids who have lost loved ones to sell whatever the fuck it is they are trying to sell. The marketing team at Zillow is downright pathological.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe I used that word. I said psychotic.
We're on this guy's side, okay? He's taking it to an extreme that we probably don't have the intellect to, but we are on his fucking side here. He's on our team, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying he isn't.
I mean, these are our allies.
I mean, I agree with that, definitely, wholeheartedly. I mean, the people who thought this up are obviously psychotic. But
this is fucking deranged. But again, every time I say something like that, I have to ask myself, are we taking this too far? Are we, like,
us?
Extrapolating? Yeah.
No, we're not taking it too far. You know who's taking it too fucking far is fucking Zillow. Because why would you make a commercial like this to begin with? You're monsters. Someone should have... This commercial should have never fucking aired on television. And the fact that it does air on television, and it seems like, I mean, nobody's really fucking talking about it except on the comments. And even in the comments, there's only like less than 300 comments. But this is obviously a fucking horrible commercial. It's obviously a horrible commercial that never should have been on television. And...
yeah, but
it is.
Let me point something out to you, okay?
What? Point something out.
Everything that you just said.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with any of it.
Sure.
However, what was the point of this commercial?
Um,
Why did they pay? I'm going to imagine a significant amount of money to have this made.
The point of any commercial is to fucking sell that product.
Okay, this YouTube video has 2,162,198 views.
So they got the job done. They got exposure. Is that going to actually translate into? Well, we know that there's probably going to be more and more people using Zillow as the longer this company or whatever is in existence. And you could say, I mean, like, sure, it was successful. It probably definitely brought more people to come to Zillow. So in that regard, it was successful. But it's it's a matter of taste. It's a matter of being able to do it with a little bit of integrity. And I think whoever did this obviously is a monster.
A fucking monster.
A monster.
A monster.
I do. I think all the people involved in this commercial, including the little kid.
Come on.
Well, his
he
mother
doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, his mother seems like a monster to allow her son to be in something like that. And
she got a paycheck for
And
it.
by the way,
the kid went to the kid's fucking child tuition for his college one day.
Maybe it did, or maybe it went to her fucking funeral expenses. Okay, because I'm still not convinced that she's safe. That she's alive or she's safe.
Right.
If she is alive.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the first episode of Ad-Free Radio starring Jabroni Mike and Pussy. I'm Pussy. Jabroni Mike is
what?
Nothing. I'm Pussy.
You want me to say I'm Jabroni Mike?
Yeah. I guess.
They know that already.
Yeah, no. Well, not new fucking listeners.
Okay, I'm Jabroni Mike. Thanks for listening to the podcast here tonight. Ad-Free Radio is the name of the podcast. We will be doing it again.
We don't know when we will be doing it again, but are we going to have this out? You think we'll have this out before the Super Bowl?
I have no fucking idea. When's the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl is, I think, 1 week from today.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to have a lot of shit to do this week.
It'd be great if we could get it out before the Super Bowl, but...
because we want to do a Super Bowl episode.
Well, what we're thinking is maybe for our second episode, or perhaps second and third episodes or whatever, we could do maybe a couple of these Super Bowl commercials that are going to be coming out, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty to talk about with regards to the Super Bowl commercials, as there usually is.
What do you mean? Those commercials are always just great. Don't piss anybody off. They're great.
Well, I will say this. I saw a preview for one commercial that I assume...
That's how big of a deal this has become, that there's previews for the fucking commercials.
There are previews for commercials.
Right.
There's two commercials.
Oh, fuck off.
There's two commercials that I've seen so far, like preview of the commercials that I'm sure either will have follow-up or sequels during the Super Bowl, or there will be extended versions of those previews we've seen now. One of them actually stars both Morgan Freeman and who's the actor who plays Tyrion Lannister? What's it? Peter Dinklage.
So they got celebrities for the
Peter Dinklage,
like
of course.
A-list actors for the fucking
Peter Dinklage and Morgan Freeman are in a commercial that is advertising both Doritos and Mountain Dew, which I guess is owned by a parent company.
Well, that's the
hey gamers, all good. Go play some video games. You gotta have the Doritos and Mountain Dew.
That's the fucking gamer comp. It's something to do with video games, I'm going to assume.
Does one company own both of those
products? I have
products?
no fucking idea.
Or is this an unprecedented maybe unprecedented commercial in which two fucking evil corporations or whatever, two different companies are coming together to actually combine and potentially sell their product together? I don't know. There's also another commercial.
An axis of evil,
It could be an
will.
axis of evil. An axis of evil. There was another commercial that caught my attention as well. It's called Web of Fries. because apparently Taco Bell is going to be introducing a new item to their menu. Can you guess what it is?
Is it French fries?
It's fucking French fries. And they had this very, very, very elaborate and what looks to be very conspiratorial commercial. I saw the preview for this
web
commercial.
Of lies.
Web of lies, web of fries.
It's funny.
So,
all right, let's wrap this up. Guys, thanks for listening. Pussy, thank you for being a part of this, of course.
Thank you,
it's your
Jabroni.
idea. It's your idea, so actually you should be thanking me for being part of it. Thank me for being a part of it.
Thank you for your very valuable time, Jabroni.
You're welcome, Pussy.
I appreciate
Please
it.
call me Mike, and just calling me Jabroni. Like, just my name's Mike. You know me. You don't have to call me Jabroni, Mike. Okay.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
All right, guys, have an awesome night. Thank you, or day. You could be listening to this at 7 a.m. Fucking whatever. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you real soon. We'll have music for next time.
Could you stop? Just stop. Just Mike, just stop. It's getting worse. Okay. It's getting worse. Thank you.